Hey everyone, Shakarez here, bringing you more gameplay of Kayle, as you guys asked for. Today, I'm not playing Kayle mid. I'm actually playing Kayle bot lane, but I'm not playing as her as a support, which may seem a bit weird. But so we were in Champion Select, and basically Yasuo was picked. Karthus was picked, and Zinza was picked, and then I'm duoing with Natsu, who was playing Annie, and we were like, well, we could go, you go Misfortune or Lucian, which are his main AD carries, and I could go Kayle support. But after some thinking, we actually noticed that Annie was open, so we thought, well, why not go Annie Kayle bot lane? Because Annie's really dominant at the moment, and she works with pretty much anyone. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you can just put her with any other champion in bot lane range, then she will work. So we thought, why not Kayle AP carry? And first thing that may come to your mind is, what about AD carries? And right there, this is the power of zoning of Annie. Sorry about that. Let me go back. So right here, she's going for the stun, and she makes Ezreal flash immediately, because we were level 2, we pushed for the level 2 faster than they did, and we got the level 2. But now, this is the problem with this comp. If Annie gets a bit of poke, she kind of needs to go back, because she needs to hang back. So we're getting a bit of damage here, and we're waiting on a good opportunity to burst them down. But yeah, Kayle Annie bot lane, and as I was saying, the first thing that may come to mind is, why don't we have an AD carry? Now, we don't have an AD carry, but Yasuo pretty much works, well, Yasuo is an AD carry, he's just not a marksman, but he works like an AD carry. And you'll see that this lane also works very well. So right here we catch Zyra, she's dead, and that was pretty simple. And then we see Ezreal, we both flash. We're not actually in TeamSpeak or anything, but we do have quite some synergy that came from playing together in a LAN in a weekend. Although we played more solo queue than anything else, because we lost a team member when we were playing, so we couldn't play 4v5. But yeah, we gained a lot of synergy from that, so we know how to lane together. And that was a double kill for me, pretty strong. That puts me ahead and lets me farm up well and keep up my my dominance in lane. Now, sorry about that. Might have gone a bit too forward. So right here, she's only getting poked from Annie. I mean, I didn't even get... Oh, I did get to hit her, and we almost killed Zyra. Now, we just came back to lane, and Zyra already has to back. Now, this is how ridiculous this comp is, and let me actually check Zyra. She actually does have magic resist flat, meaning she actually was prepared for this double AP bot lane, but it winded up not working for her that well, having all that magic resist anyways, because she just gets bursted down, because Zyra is kind of squishy. So, speaking of Yasuo, I forgot to talk about that. Yasuo works like an AD carry. He basically goes for Static Shiv, Infinity Edge. He goes for aggressive items. He's not a very tanky character. So, naturally, if you had a normal marksman, you'd basically be running a double AD carry comp. It's not very different. Yasuo is not very different from your typical marksman. He's just not ranged, but he does have a lot of mobility. And we have Zinza too, who has heavy AD damage. So we end up deciding, well, let's actually go for AP Kayle bot lane and play it out. And the reason why I don't play AD Kayle bot lane is because she needs a lot of cooldown reduction to work, to have her E up all the time. And there's not many AD items that you can use. And right here, Zyra gets a bit too cocky, and she pays the price. We're kind of playing very aggressive here, but LeBlanc is not roaming, so we're safe. And yeah, since Zyra, not Zyra, since Kayle needs a lot of CDR to work, and there's not many AD items that give her CDR, basically you only have Black Cleaver and Spirit of the Elder Lizard and Zephyr, and those are not core builds for an AD carry. I'd never go AD carry Kayle. I play AD Kayle, but I don't play AD carry Kayle, because I don't like that limitation you have. But we're pretty much dominating the lane. Naturally, you'd think I'd fall behind in CS because I can't keep my range up all the time. But since we've been dominating, we managed to do that. Now, here, Xin Zhao calls me to go kill Volley. That's what I do. And then, now if you notice, LeBlanc is coming. And I should have ran top lane instead of a bot. Now, by running top lane, I saved Natsu with a heal. I did save Xin Zhao too, because there was no ward there. But I ended up getting caught, and I died. And that was because I was pretty much the focus, since I was 3-0. Meaning, I probably needed the heal. I probably was going to give more gold than the other targets. So, yeah, not going too bad aside from the def. I'm still at 40 CS. And you have to notice that Annie is actually CSing too, because none of us is actually going support here. We're playing double mage bot lane. So you see a lot of double bruiser. This is a double mage bot lane. And she's going to CS too, but since Annie actually scales better than Kayle without CS and without items, we're actually going to both farm, but Annie's going to take less farm. And right here, I get to lane, and this happens. Yeah. And I probably didn't need to flash. Natsu could probably get that one alone. But don't worry, he'll be KSing me throughout the game much more, so that won't be a problem. And here I fuck up with my Q. So, moving on with the build. Oh, yeah, here we dive poor Ezreal. And we do survive again. I didn't actually have Volt for Xin Zhao, so it was pretty lucky that he managed to escape. And we're going to back again. Now, going on to the build, I started Doran's 2 potions, bought Fiendish Codex and boots, and now I went for Double Dagger, which is a Stinger, and will eventually turn into a Nashor's Tooth, which I don't have gold for at the moment, but I will in the future. After that, I'm pretty much going to build my normal AP carry build, which is Nashor's Lichbane, then Void Staff, Zhonya's, that kind of stuff. And as you can see, like, our position in lane is basically to go as aggressive as possible. So we get into lane and we want to kill, and we want to zone them off, because we know that in the long run, if we are in a poke fight, we'll eventually lose. But we know that we're stronger if we go in. So yeah, right here, she gets the stun off, gets the kill, easy peasy. We also have double ignite, so we also have a lot of dot damage to finish off targets. So yeah, and here Xin Zhao goes on Zyra. He doesn't get her, but we do have Karthus, so another kill for us, and we're pretty much dominating bot lane. We get the tower on bot lane, and we keep pushing until we back. And right here, I think I get enough money for Nashors. Yep, there we go, Nashors. And a ward, because we actually need wards, since Natsu is not going to buy any wards. The only problem with this comp is, well, you can move around it by having Annie build a Sidestone. It doesn't delay her that much. But you'll have a bit of lack of wards, and since she's buying the normal yellow ward, we won't have any sweeping lenses, so that's also kind of a problem too. And right here, they killed, they killed Xin Zhao, so they immediately said, let's contest Dragon, we're 4v3, and they don't have a smite, so they go in, and we do want to poke in, and Natsu has 3 stacks on his Annie, so he uses his shield, marvelous 3-man ultimate, and he deletes Zyra from the game. We basically didn't do much. And he also kills Volibear. So he's getting the kills now too. So we're both with 4 kills. We're both pretty much fed. And we're stronger than either Ezreal or poor Zyra, who are at a cumulative of 8 deaths. So yeah, this comp we've ran this bot lane, I mean, quite some times. Actually, we've had a lot of success because normally when we don't do well is because the enemy jungler is focusing us very hard, and he's focusing us very hard because he wants to shut us down because he knows the power that we have in relation to an AD carry and a support. Because two mages will usually, especially a mage like Kayle, who has a very good early game, will usually be able to win versus an AD carry and a support. And especially a support like Zyra, who isn't that strong. It isn't exactly a Nani or a Leona, so she won't be that much of a threat early, and Ezreal much less because he has to go through the Triforce period, and he won't gain much damage from it until he gets Triforce or at least the Sheen. So we're doing pretty well. We just tried to catch Ezreal there, it didn't work. I bought Sheen, and Natsu just soloed... actually, let me show you. He just soloed LeBlanc easily. So right here you see him, he's doing all the damages. And Flash Tibbers, you're dead. So yeah, that's the power of Annie. And you look at her build, sure, she's 5-0, but she only has Fiendish Codex, Double Dorans, and an Amplifying Tome. And what Natsu is building is he's building Morellonomicon, which is his early core. And it allows him to have a lot of burst for not much gold. So, very cheap build that gives him a lot of gold. Now, here I'm roaming top because I know Yasuo has been in trouble throughout the game. And he's getting dived. Now, look at what I do. And don't be afraid to do this. I flash in, and then I ult when I know that Shyvana is going to flash in for the kill. Because she was desperate, she was going to die anyways. So... knowing how to ult and when to ult is key on Kayle. If you know how to do that, you'll be able to be much more successful. And right there, you saw me, she wasn't going in immediately, so I held on my ult and I waited for them to engage. And right here I get red buff. So I'm not getting much CS, but since I'm getting a lot of kills... Oh, and there I derped. I thought I had ultimate and I went against the LeBlanc and got completely destroyed. Anyways, I'm not getting much CS, but I am keeping... Oh, and right here. I don't think she died. Yeah, she didn't die. Sadly. But, could have been worse. Now, I'm not getting much CS, as I said, but I am keeping up with Ezreal. I'm just 10 CS behind, and that's because I just died. And you have to remember that Annie has 50 CS to the 17 of Zyra. So we are sharing CS, and even then we're managing to keep up. Now right here we see Zyra, we say, yeah, well, let's go, not Zyra, Shyvana, let's go on Shyvana. And right here she tries to turn, and my ult does come a bit late, but we were waiting on cooldown. So actually showing that again, she's going to turn on us because she has the help as Ezreal. I should have ulted here, but not a problem. She actually could have survived with the ultimate, but just to make sure. Just remember, like, you saw the Ezreal ultimate, so you want to block that with the ultimate. I was a bit too late on that, but doesn't matter. So yeah, we keep dominating bot lane pretty easily. Nothing much to say. I'm just going to go through my my build, which is pretty standard, except for the boots. Now, I chose Ionian boots because I'm not getting blue buffs. And this means that with Nashor's and Nashor's Tooth and Ionian Boots of Lucidity, I'll have 35% CDR. Now, with the 5% that I get from offense, that caps me at 40% all the time. Now, that gives me a lot of utility in fights, and that allows me to be very useful to my team, even if I'm not doing much damage. Now, right here, pretty sloppy fight. My ult comes a bit late, but we do wind up killing Volibear, and Yasuo does survive. And then Karthus gets the double kill with his ultimate. Now, here I'm trying to farm, but I'm kind of scared of LeBlanc because she's a solo laner. I'm not. She actually didn't have DFG here. but regardless, you want to be careful, it's LeBlanc. And next up on my build will be Void Staff. Now, oh yeah, right here we kill Ezreal. I kind of flashed for this kill, so it's kind of a kill steal. And Xin Zhao was a little bit mad at me because he was going to actually kill Ezreal alone, just look. And actually, Xin Zhao is going full damage, and this could have gone wrong if we hadn't pulled ahead early. Because you look at Yasuo, he does have a Giant's Belt and a Sunfire. Then you look at Xin Zhao, and he's a Glass Cannon, and you look at well, Karthus is Karthus, and we're not tanky either. So we don't have a real tank, but since we're ahead, we managed to make this work out. Now, I'm going to buy my Lichbane, and I buy an Amplifying Tome for my Void Staff. Now, when I buy my Lichbane is when I start getting my burst, and especially after I complete Blasting Wand is when I'll do tons of damage. Now here, actually I should show this kill. Natsu's the spotlight, not me. So he's just waiting. He's on 3 stacks. So he always does this, 3 stacks. You wait on the Molten Shield. Boom. 2-shotted. And that's what happens to Zyra. And I actually don't know why Zyra is going Ninja Tabby. Maybe because of, maybe she's scared of Xin Zhao, but she should be scared of the triple AP. So she should have built to defend from us rather than defending from Xin Zhao. Because we are actually ranged and we can burst her like that. Now here we catch out Shyvana. Oops. Let me go back, sorry. So here we catch out Shyvana. And she fails her ultimate. Volibear's coming after. I actually managed to delete, to negate all the bursts from LeBlanc. I get the kill. Yasuo dies. Annie kills Volibear. And then we're fighting Volibear. And I barely survive with my heal. I get my heal off in time. And this is where the 40% cooldown is so useful. If I didn't have my CDR boots, that fight probably wouldn't have gone as well. Now the problem with this is my mana depletes pretty fast, but it's still pretty worth having the 40% CDR so we can do this kind of stuff. Now we get the turret. Game's pretty much over. I mean, you look at the gold differentials, and in Diamond, and especially in higher tiers of Diamond, we're not going to throw this lead. Like, it does happen once in a while, but it's not common for us to let go of such of a lead like this. And yeah, here we get the turret, we backdoor it, kind of backdoor it, and I get a bit too cocky. I almost kill Zyra, but then I get caught by her ult, by Volley, by Shyvana, by LeBlanc, and I die. So I got a bit too cocky there. And they decide to go for the Desperation Baron, sorry about that, because they're pretty much behind, what is it, 9k gold, and they have 1 tower to 5 towers from us. We have a naked inhibitor to take, and yeah, they go for the Desperation Baron, sorry about that again, and let's see what happens. So obviously, Xin Zhao's trying to go in, but he's so squishy that he just gets deleted. And then Annie dies as well. And Volibear's still alive because he's very tanky. Here, Karthus gets the double, Yasuo gets the kill on Zyra. So pretty much, it ended up not being that bad, since Karthus got a double and Yasuo got the other kill, and we stopped them from Baron. But it could have been better, it was a bit sloppy. But I wasn't there either, so I guess it was a good fight. So here I already have my Void Staff, which means champions that are building some magic resist, like LeBlanc, won't mean anything. And right here you saw me ult. I was trying to predict the LeBlanc ultimate, the LeBlanc all-in, because if LeBlanc alls in, and she manages to get the drop on me and the silence, I won't be able to ult, so she can one-shot me. So, since it's a low cooldown, it's not that much of a problem. But yeah, I immediately back off, because I know that if she goes in and I don't have my ultimate, I'm pretty much dead. And yeah, that was this is pretty much it. We're going for the last fight right here. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, a bit different from normal. I'm sorry about my voice, I am a bit sick. So when I stop speaking like this, that's because of my cold. And right here is the last fight where I get my last kill before Karsus gets his art off. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the rather unusual pick. As for Kayle Jungle, a lot of you guys have been asking about Kayle Jungle. I am going to bring you Kayle Jungle gameplay. I actually tried Kayle Jungle as an AD champion, and I enjoyed it. I am going to finish out my my guide on Kayle Jungle on WoW Pro soon, and I'll add an AP build and an AD build, so you guys can choose which one is your style, which one you like more. But I am going to upload a Kayle Jungle video on AD when I get good gameplay. I do have gameplay from normals, but I don't think that's as valued as ranked, so I'll decide after. But other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please remember to leave a like if you enjoyed it, and if you'd like to follow me, you can follow me on Facebook and Nook, and you can follow my stream. I am not partnered yet, but I hope to be sometime soon, I guess. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the Rift. Shakarez signing out.